After the crushing loss in the finals last year to Mount. Hendricken's back and they are hungry this year. We're starting with Dumont and Dolan on the blue line, and we're starting with a third line of Edwards, Leet, and Clayton Audette.
Yep.
The freshman? Is he a freshman or
He's
is he
a junior?
Sophomore as we pause here.
We're going to stand here for the national anthem, and after the national anthem, we'll be back with Smithfield's roster. Check. 15 minutes on the clock. But first, before we do that, we get you Smithfield Sentinels starting lineups. Starting tonight for the Sentinels, number 2, Brian Tobin, along with Michael Goulin, Michael Macera, David Golesian, and the defenseman Robert Lombardi. But in net tonight, we saw him last year, Evan Carlton.
That name does sound familiar, Cam.
He is in net tonight, but we saw the opening lineups, and we thought this is the third line for Hendricken. So it's going to be interesting to see what Coach Kramer is going to do with his lines. But he's got the senior line out there with Leet, Edwards, along with the junior Audette. The defensive pairs, Dolan and Dumont, we're getting ready for hockey season, and we're back. Audette with it now, he flings it forward, but the Sentinels have it. Sentinels working with it now, and it was going to be interesting because this team has had a lot of losses coming from Andrew Farah, the entire second line, along with Tucker Alberigo, their top defense, or starting defenseman, I should say. But it's going to be interesting to see as Leet puts the pressure on there. And Keneally in net, he was in net last year, looking to start off fresh. He had a tough end to the season as Dumont got stuck, but Leet able to get it out. Audette, over to Edwards. Edwards with some speed, gets across, and a change coming for the Hawks.
Cam, looks like we got the first line coming out of Miller, Mitchell, and Kramer.
Yep, Miller, Mitchell, along with
Como and Poulin.
Como and Poulin, the defensive pairs here. Coming on with it now is Riley Miller. He fires a shot, goes off the pads of Carlton. Hard hit taken by a Hawk. That being Brandon Mitchell. Clears out, and Como's going to have to reset as everyone has to get back outside. Trying to get it into Kramer, but that's going to be an icing. But the Hawks so far, it seems like they've been putting the pressure as we're only a minute 20 in.
Controlling the pace so far, Cam. Mitchell line just had a good chance, so we'll look to see if who's coming out now. We got looks like we got the second line of Waterman, King, and Milnes here.
Waterman, King, and Milnes, and it looks like the Sentinels are going to have a line change here as well.
Cam, you know that deep pair better than me. 7, looks like we got.
Looks like, well, Waterman is still out there, but the defensive pair right now, Pat Flanagan, this is going to be our third defensive line. Pat Flanagan along with Matt Ricard, the freshman. So your third line tonight is Pat Flanagan and Matt Ricard, as spitting with it now is Waterman. Waterman can't find it. And still fighting for the puck are some Sentinels. A hard hit, no one there. Defensive pairs getting back, puck thrown in, and a change for the Sentinels. Moving with it quickly now. Over to now the Hawks dump it in for a change, and it's going to be icing. Face off in Matt Keneally's zone. Only 3 minutes into this young hockey season, and a new format now for this Interscholastic Hockey League as the only regular season game. Dangerous shot thrown on net by Sentinel. Still in the Hawks zone. They got to get it out. Shot thrown wide. Dumont fighting for it. Thrown in net. Saved by Keneally. That one cleared out. Great save.
I think I just had my first heart attack of the season as that puck was loose in the crease, but Dolan heads up defenseman. He had a big year last year in his freshman year. Dolan actually played first D pair.
Yep.
With Tucker Alberigo last year, who's now in prep.
Dumont moving up to the D pair. Moving up to his first D pair, replacing Tucker Alberigo. But it's going to be interesting because, again, Como didn't really see a lot of time, and Dolan didn't really see a lot of time as Dolman lifts this one over the crossbar. And the Hawks get a change. Como's line is in. The second line in for the, Como coming in for the defensive pair. Third line in now. Shot thrown in net. Tim Poulin, the captain. The first line is in. Waterman is going after it. And it's going to be an icing. Pat Kramer couldn't find Waterman. But
Smithfield starting to find their legs here as the first period goes on here. Just over 6 minutes in here, and looks like we got the Hawks first line out there as Mitchell comes down.
Mitchell comes down with it now. He's got Miller in stride. He's going to feed it in. No one's there, though. Como with it now. He tries putting on a shot, which is deflected. And we're going to have our first penalty of the night.
Looks like interference.
And you're right there. And this is a new design Smithfield Field, and that's going to be Pat Kramer. He's going to have his turn in the penalty box, and the Sentinels will go on the power play.
Here we got Milnes, King, Dumont, and Dolan here.
Well,
as the Hawks go on their first PK of the year.
Be interesting to see what they could do here. They did a great job as a block shot there by Waterman. Great defensive play there. Excuse me, that was Ryan King. Only a sophomore. Saw a lot of time last year. Coming with it now are the Sentinels. Defensive pair. That is Dolan. Dolan working with it now. Dangerous pass goes wide. Could have been bad for the Hawks as the Sentinels had a man wide open. And killing some more clock. Dumont very high up. And now him and Dolan will have to get to work. Defensive pair. Right in the middle of the lane, no one there. Dumont tries clearing it out. Saved by Keneally. Still not cleared out, and now King sends it down the length of the ice. And a change.
That Smithfield player, I didn't catch his number or name, but he had a lot of space there. Good closeout by King and Milnes to deflect the shot. That led to a good Keneally save.
Physical play here on the boards here. And we get another call. As the door came open, as they were hustling and bustling in front of it. 54 seconds remaining on the power play round. Hawks been doing a great job. The first line tonight is in at least with Lee and Edwards on the bench for Kramer, who is still in the penalty box. Your defensive pairs, Como and Poulin.
Yeah, Cam, so far.
Lee wins the face-off. And trying to clear it, but goes off a Sentinel was Tim Poulin. Couldn't clear it out. Leet working with it, gets a stick on it. Sends it all the way down.
1-1.
Odd man rush. Leet with it now. Running with Edwards. Deflected. Leet's shot goes wide.
Good stick there by the Smithfield defenseman on 2-on-1. Him and Edwards were breaking. Good stick, though.
Transition the other way. Shot blocked off by Keneally. That's his third save of the night. And all the way down as Eric Edwards able to clear it. And we're going to have a line change here. 15 seconds remaining on the power play. And it was tipped, so no icing call. 10 seconds remaining. Dolan playing physical. Lots of open space. Shot on net. Saved by Keneally, and he gloves it.
Cam, as Jack Edwards says, can of corn from Matt Keneally there. Just grabbed that puck out of midair, and Hawks just about killed this penalty off. And we got Dolan and Dumont. Looks like they looks like they're playing together for the first few shifts of this game, and then Como and Poulin on the second D pair.
It was interesting to say as Mitchell moves it along to Dumont. Penalty is over. Keneally is pumped up as Kramer comes back onto the ice. All the way back in, Riley Miller gets it over to Dolan. Great stick work there. Dumont, great pass to Dolan. Dolan gets it over to, that was number 25, Brandon Mitchell. And we get another whistle.
No easy access here in the zone for the Hawks here. A lot of dump and chase we're seeing so far, Kim, and looks like we got our second line coming out of King, Waterman, and Milnes, along with our third D pair, Flanagan and Ricard. Ricard. Third D pair, Ricard, along with Pat Flanagan. Keneally pushes that one aside, and he's going to leave it for his defenseman. Right in the middle of the ice, and a whiff by a defenseman. Here come the Hawks. Waterman, his shot blocked off before it could even see Carlton. The Sentinels defense doing a great job. Oh, chip up net. Man in front, and it's saved by Carlton. Waterman had the tip on that Flanagan shot. Good tip. Good save by the Smithfield goalie.
Carlton has been doing a great job tonight so far. He hasn't really seen a lot of shots, though.
Yeah, it certainly helped when his team got that first power play, gained some momentum. Hawks started out strong, then Smithfield went on their little thing there, and they got that first power play. So they got the face-off in the Smithfield zone right now. Poulin and Como out there for the D pair right now.
As you said, Rem, Poulin and Como are the defensive pairs. Poulin, the captain of the team, along with Alex Lee. One-timer goes wide, and Poulin is able to throw another shot on net. Great opportunity here. Carlton deflects over the net.
Kim, we got our fourth line out here. First line, or first,
and look, Hawks will go on the power play here as Keneally was trying to get the extra man on the ice.
That was their, that was the fourth line's first shift of the game for them. That was number 12, Mike Vendetti here, along with number 26, Peter Krikorian, and number 20, Mike Shaw.
You're right, Rem. That's the fourth line. The Hawks really didn't have a fourth line last year.
It'd be good if they can get their fourth line out here to complement those first three lines that are very complimentary in scoring as the Hawks open their first
on the power play. Let's see if they can take this advantage here. Dumont gets it over to his forward. Dumont back with it. Moves up the ice. With it now is a Hawk. That's Riley Miller. Miller over to Dolan. His shot. Saved by Carlton. Minute 42 remaining on the power play. 7:50 remaining in the period. Overall, the teams have had their chances, but if I had to give one edge to a team, I'd have to give it to Smithfield.
Yeah, Smithfield certainly played well so far. Had a good-looking power play that they just weren't able to cash in on, and now they have to make the penalty kill against a good Hawks power play.
And that was a slashing on a Sentinel. As the Hawks moving with it now, a little miscommunication as Mitchell gets it down. There to receiver is Riley Miller. Great stick work here, and great defensive play by Dolan.
That's goaltender interference.
and it looks like the Hawks will have an extra man for another 49 seconds, as they're going to have a two-man advantage here. Rem, you got the call exactly right. Interference.
Goaltender interference, yeah. I'm not sure who it was. I think after Dolan played the body on that one-on-one there, looks like the Smithfield player showed some frustration and took Dolan out into the goalie. So that was an interference call.
So the Hawks will have a two-man advantage. Como and Poulin defensive pairs. Como's slap shot is blocked off. Back to Poulin, keeps it in the Hawks zone. Como with it now. Como over to, that is number 22, Eric Edwards. Como to Edwards. Edwards can't handle the puck. Sam Millens with it now, goes wide of Carlton. Ryan King with it. Over to Como. Como, 35 seconds on the first penalty. Edwards still can't handle the puck. Back to Como. 3-on-2 here. Como shot is blocked off. Great opportunity in front. King trying to do something with it. And that's cleared. And they're going to get a line change. Great defensive work there. Waterman with it all the way down to Kramer. Kramer fighting for it. 12 seconds on the first penalty. No penalty there as Kramer got caught up. Dumont shot goes high.
Dumont's coming in right off the bench there. Heads up play by Brandon Mitchell there.
Dolan. Extra man is off. Saved by Carlton. 48 seconds left on the second penalty kill. They've already killed one. Can they kill the second?
Good looking power play so far by the Hawks. As I said earlier, Mitchell saw a streaking Dumont coming in. He just missed the shot. Hit right over the crossbar. And I believe we have the first power play unit on the ice right now.
Well, Hawks still have a great opportunity here as they are still up a man. Dumont with it. Blocked off before it even can get to Carlton. Dumont now with it in the corner. The first line still on. And Keneally's going to come off again and try to get the extra man on there.
Lee is on the ice.
So it's going to be a 6-on-4. Empty net for the Hawks. Dumont gets it over. Dolan shot. Deflected out in front. Still no one there. 20 seconds remaining on the power play. Give him the puck is the screen by Coach Kramer. Dolan shot deflected before it can get to Carlton. Less than 10 here on the power play, and now we get the whistle.
Hendricken has 6 seconds of a 5-on-3 man advantage here, but they pretty much just had 30 good seconds there. The 6-on-4. Special shout out to the guys behind the scenes tonight too. DT Barron working on some Instagrams down at ice level for us. Yeah, Stone Freeman doing social media for us, and Dez.
And it looks like the Hawks will go back on the power play. They'll have a fresh 2 minutes on the clock. But they got to kill this penalty off for 6 seconds. They'll have a 2-man advantage. That 6 seconds is cleared off immediately. And a great opportunity is immediately coming out of the penalty box. And another penalty here.
Yep. That's already the 4th Smithfield penalty. If they keep doing this all night, Hawks power play is going to cash in sooner or later, Cam.
Yeah.
Need to cut down here.
You're right there. It's sooner or later, Rem. That's 4 penalties, and 4 penalties in the span within each other. It doesn't seem like the Smithfield Sentinels, when they're trying to kill the power play, they've got 3 men on the ice half the time.
Hawks have a 2-minute advantage for 1 minute and 46 seconds. Very big power play early on. Be a huge kill by Smithfield if they can kill this off.
If they can cash in before the first man comes in, Como, that's Edwards, and Carlton
deflects that up.
Gloves it. Looks like his goal came loose, so the referees will fix that. But Carlton, again, we've said it before, really hasn't seen any shots on net. Hawks are getting shots, but they're getting blocked before they can even get to them. Open man here, puck in the air, and gloved out by a Sentinel.
Hand pass there, Cam. You can't do that in your own defensive zone. You got the second power play unit here on ice. Como leads it up.
Como to King.
Offsides.
And that's going to be an offsides. Poorly done there.
A little miscommunication there between King and Waterman there. First year line mates. And looks like the first power play unit coming back on.
Yep.
With Kramer, Mitchell.
Both first line and the first defensive pair back on the ice as Miller working with it now. Miller, no offsides this time. Minute 08 remaining on the double power play. Dolan, his shot, blocked off in front, saved by Carlton.
Yeah, good save there by Carlton. Mitchell flipped that up on the rebound, I believe. Tough save by Carlton.
Tough save, but he gets it done.
He's been huge so far for the Sentinels so far.
Especially if they can kill 4 penalties within each other.
In the first period, too.
Still got 2 periods to go.
Smithfield has been very careless thus far, but their penalty kill led by Carlton has been good.
At this rate, the Hawks will have 12 power play opportunities. Dumont, he's going to rip a shot that gets blocked off by a Sentinel.
Smithfield's blocking shots too, Cam.
Back to Dumont. Dumont with it. His shot again blocked away. Miller comes up with it. Miller, he weaves in, leaves it for Dolan. Again deflected by a Sentinel. Great defense here by the Sentinels. 30 seconds on the first power play. Dumont with it. He sets. Shot saved by Carlton.
Yeah, that shot looked good from Dumont. Off a slick pass from Miller there. He had low glove side open, and Carlton's been playing tremendous early on.
Great reflexes, a great ability to get that shot and steal a goal from Dumont.
Hawks have 26 seconds remaining in this 5-on-3 2-minute advantage. Just under 4 minutes to play here in the first period.
Hawks go back to it. Here is Como now. His shot out in front, no one there to corral it in. Closest to it was Millens. Como shot deflected off of a skate of a Sentinel. 10 seconds on the first power play. That looks like Edwards, and it's blocked off before. Shot thrown on a score. That's Brandon Moore. That's Waterman.
Kim,
with
I didn't
1
get a great
second.
view of that, but like you said, 1 second remaining on the clock there. Looks like it was off a rebound.
Yep. So Waterman gets on the board tonight. The junior scores the Hawks' first goal of the season. New line for the Hawks as Waterman cashes in the power play goal.
That Kramer's going for trip.
Remy, you were correct, that was Waterman, and Pat Kramer is heading back to the box.
Oh, you know what, Cam? I was getting confused. I thought the penalty boxes were on our side.
Yes.
So I just thought they went back to the bench.
I said before in the broadcast, if you caught this is a redesigned Smithfield rink where the scorers table is along the side with the teams.
Yeah.
So the Hawks will have even ice here, 4-on-4 for 10 seconds now, but the Sentinels will have a good amount of time left. Poulin, turnover by the Hawks, and they get the extra man. Hawks, a minute 45 on the power play.
Different deep pair here as Poulin and Ricardo are out there with Mitchell and Miller. And it looks like 21 on Smithfield is going.
We're going to have double penalties here.
And it looks 4-on-4 action there.
And it looks like Ricard is going to find himself in the box.
Oh, you're right, Ken. Good call. I thought that was on.
I think they were just roughhousing Rem.
Yeah, probably a roughing call there on Ricard, the freshman on the third deep pair that usually plays with Flanagan. He was playing with Poulin on that last play. As we got Edwards, Dumont, Dolan. Oh, they're calling both of them. They're calling both of them.
Yep. So it'll be a 4-on-4, as you said here, Rem, for 1 minute 33. That's when the Sentinels will get their period back. Dumont with it. If the Hawks can take advantage here, and that's going to be an icing.
Offsides.
If the Hawks can take advantage here and get another score on the board, basically short a man, but with the roughing call, they get an extra man back.
Yup, Hawks on the penalty kill here for 121. We got Lee, Edwards, Dumont, and Dolan.
Alex Sleet, the senior captain, going to take the face-off here. That's won by a Sentinel. And the Sentinels look like they're going to set something up. Edwards providing the pressure. Sentinels with 5 men back now for 1:09 remaining. Leet with it, he's going to go around his own net, and he slings it out to Edwards. Edwards beats his man up the ice. Edwards with a move, but blocked off by defenseman.
Good defensive play there by the Smithfield defenseman. Smithfield finds himself in a hole here if they're down 2-0 in the first period.
Again, first hockey broadcast of the season, as it is a new season. The Hawks had a tough loss last year, Game 3 of the state championship. They were up by 1 goal with a minute left. That shot goes wide at Keneally, and they end up losing to Mount in 3 games. Hawks are going to look to have a rebound season as Keneally pushes that one aside. That one's going to roll all the way over. Carlton blocks it with the stick. Hawks are going to get a change. 10 seconds remaining on the power play. The Hawks looking like to kill this penalty. King with the great steal.
Pat Flanagan and Jason Como getting some ice time together on the PK.
Shot goes wide to Keneally, and the Hawks will get their man back. Flanagan gets it out. Back to Flanagan. He's working with Como, as you said. Both seniors on this team. This is a team with a lot of seniors, but you're not going to see them be the big star players where they're going to score goals every night. As Flanagan moves it along, he gets it over to Waterman, the goal scorer of tonight.
Just under 1 minute remaining in the first, by the way.
That is correct. 1 minute remaining in the first. Keeping it in, blocked out in front, and a great block there by the forward, Ryan King. Here comes Waterman. And a change is going to be had here. Sam Millen's providing the pressure and getting the extra check-in. 30 seconds remaining in the period. Great defense by the Hawks, and we're going to have a penalty here.
It's on Smithfield.
And it's going to be on Smithfield, so the Hawks will go back to the power play.
Oh, little miscommunication
Shot
between
thrown
the
on
Hawks
it.
and their
It
bench.
goes wide, so the Hawks will have an extra man here on the ice. And now the penalty is called with 13.4 seconds.
Keneally skated to the bench, and it took them a good 5 seconds to realize that there's a delayed penalty. So, like I said, Cam, little miscommunication there as the Hawks head to their 5th power play of the night in the first period. This will be a carryover penalty.
6 men have entered the box for the Sentinels compared to the 2 for the Hawks. That's something that you got to watch throughout the game, and the Hawks have cashed in 1 of 5 right now on the penalty kill.
On power play.
Power play, thank you, Ralph.
Smithfield's 4 for 5 on the penalty kill here.
So the Hawks 2 minutes back on the board as the Sentinels have an extra man on the ice. Quick shot goes wide. Dumont gets it in, great opportunity, goes across, but Dolan keeps it in his own end, keeps it in his own. Dumont quick shot, goes wide, and King unable to get the shot off before the clock ends. These two goalies.
That was number 11, good eye. Yeah, as you said, Dumont created that chance, and King had the rebound as time expired. And that does it as the first intermission. Hawks up 1-0 off a Brandon Waterman power play goal.
You're right there. Waterman with the power play goal. The Hawks will be on the power play for 1:47 when we start this second period.
So, does this sound good? Does this sound good?
You're doing a lot of
Carlton and Keneally will flip sides of the ice. And
Cam, we're going to have some action over here at this end of the ice.
And I mentioned this before, Rem, but with the new RIAL, there are only 5 teams in the Division I Championship, Samini as they call it.
Correct, Cam, correct.
Which include Hendricken, Smithfield, Mount, LaSalle, and Cranston.
Yeah, arguably the top 4 powerhouses in Rhode Island. Those teams are consistently battling out in playoffs each year. Last year, Mount did have the better end of the stick for the finals last year against Hendricken. And as the second period is just about ready to start, Smithfield on the penalty kill, 1 carryover penalty. Hawks up 1-0 as we start.
Now at the second intermission, there will be an ice make, so there will be an extended break. We will be still stay with you.
Yup.
First defensive pair back out as the power play is back underway. Dolan over to Dumont. Dumont gets it back to Dolan. Misplayed there by Dolan, but Riley Miller is there to clean it up.
Yeah, they're calling
And
Miller
we get another penalty.
Yeah,
it's Riley slashing. Excuse me, a trip, Remy. Thank you. So we're going to have even men on the ice for 1:31.
How many viewers? How many viewers? How many viewers?
5 viewers.
Little confusion here as now Miller enters the penalty box.
We got 4-on-4 here. It looks like Kramer and Mitchell coming out. along with Dolan and Dumont.
First time that the Hawks have been called for a penalty. Pat Kramer not in the box. And now we're going to switch it up as 5 men come onto the ice now.
The King, Waterman,
It's going to be that second line and the second defensive pairs, I believe, Rem. It's going to be face-off in the Sentinel, in the Hawks territory, though.
They're calling matching minors on Miller
right.
and the other Smithfield player. So Hawks are still on the power play here.
Hawks still on the power play. Thank you, Rem. Shot thrown on net and deflected. Great opportunity here, but still blocked out by the Hawks. Great defensive play. Another opportunity blocked off. That looks like it was Eric Edwards getting the skate out in front of it. Edwards working with it now. Gets it over to his man.
That's Como.
Como with it now, the defenseman, moving all the way up, almost to the orange, red circle, excuse me. Edwards can't get a good puck on it.
He didn't get much on that pass, fanned on it a little bit.
He was looking for King, but Keneally goes out of his net to take it. Under a minute here on the power play. Edwards fighting within the corner is a Sentinel, but unable to wrap it up. 45 seconds, King coming with it, he receives a big check.
There's Millens.
Millens with it now. Junior. Millens still working with it. He has King. Gets it to Dolan now. Dolan shot. Blocked off. And it looks like that was blocked off by Brandon Waterman on accident. But the first line will come back on. Second line, excuse me, will come back onto the ice.
King, Dumont, Mitchell, and Kramer. Looks like King's taking the spot of Riley Miller here, who's in the box.
Correct. King, only a sophomore, doing a great job so far. Power play is over. Hawks unable to get on the board again. Dolan with it, works with it. Over to Mitchell. Mitchell's shot blocked off. Out in front of the net. Kramer can't get a stick on
Kramer
it.
tried to get a tip on that. I think it was blocked by a Smithfield player there. And smart play by Carlton to just cover the puck there, slow things down. As the Smithfield penalty kill makes it another big kill.
We still have the matching minors, so we'll be 5-on-5 until Miller is clear of the box. As you said, King replacing Miller on the first line as Miller's in the box. Excuse me, now they're on their fourth line, it looks like, actually, as Vendetti working with the puck, Corcoran working with him. We got another arm in the air.
I'm not sure what that call is, Cam.
And it looks like it's against a Sentinel. What are the odds, Rem?
Cam, are you sure? Smithfield against, penalty against Smithfield, are you sure about that?
It is. Hawks back on the power play for another 2 minutes. And it looks like it was a roughing call, actually.
Perhaps, Cam, maybe. You got Mr. Feeney down there grabbing a quick picture for the
King wins the face-off. He gets it back out to Dumont. Dumont over to Dolan. Dolan shot. Goes in!
That was tipped.
That was tipped in. Dolan with the gets it in, and it looks like Pat Kramer or Ryan King put it home.
That barely snuck in, Cam. It'll be interesting to see who they give the goal to. But that was definitely a shot by Dolan. Definitely deflected up high. Went right over the glove of Carlton.
Yep.
Great tip by whoever that was. Great tip.
Top right corner works tonight for the Hawks. Dolan feeds it in, and the Hawks get on the board. They expand their lead to 2-0 with 12 minutes left in this second period. That shot goes wide. That was thrown in by Flanagan. Edwards with it now. His slap shot blocked off by Carlson. He takes it.
Folks, pay attention to Instagram too. Mr. Feeney may have caught that on Instagram too. Some great camera work there. DT
that may be on capture as well.
DT from Cranston on the camera tonight. And
we also have
we'll see how he's doing.
We also have Desmond Burnell on notes and Stone Freeman, who you might hear a little bit later tonight, on notes.
Mr. Feeney, you get that goal on camera?
And back on the ice is a lot of Smithfield Sentinels, very lazy back to the bench. As working with it now. And they credit it to Ryan King on the tip-in, assist by Dolan. Remy, you caught it there as Dolan had the great feed and tipped in by King.
Two things, Cam. On the power play, you want to get pucks to the net.
Shot thrown in goes wide.
When you get pucks to the net, anything can happen. A random bounce can happen. Big play there. Great tip by King.
Now the second line is out. Vendetti, Shaw, and Corcoran, and they come out for a change. First line is back out there. Mitchell throws it in. No one in the crowd there. And they're going to dump it back in for an icing. Excuse me, not an icing at all. And now we have a whistle from the Hawks. Sorry, a little confusing there. Thrown in for a change.
Looks like we got the first line back intact here after Miller got that penalty earlier in the second period.
We're going to have a face-off on the blue line, closest to the Hawks. That face-off won by a Sentinel. Oh, turnover here. Kramer coming with it now. Kramer feeds out in front, looking for Brandon Mitchell. Couldn't get it there. Mitchell with the big frame and the big body as Miller falls to the ice, gets it to Dumont. Dumont off the boards to Mitchell. Mitchell's going to crease it, but Kramer is there. He gets tripped up. Mitchell fighting with it on the boards. Kramer comes up with it.
Good no call there by the refs there. I think it was Mitchell who got
again
from behind.
Again, stuck in the corner. Mitchell comes out with it though.
Refs are letting them play, at least in the second period thus far.
Puck thrown into the corner all the way around. Dumont can't keep it in the offensive zone, and he's going to throw it in for a change. Nearly hitting an official
behind
as the
the play
puck
there by Miller.
But here comes Millen's shot, saved by Carlton.
Good shot there by Waterman. And, good shot or good pass by Milnes. Good communication. Kim, I don't know if you could hear it up here, but I did hear. I believe that was Waterman yelling for the pass, and he got off a pretty good shot, forced Carlton to make a good save.
Now it seems like this is a tale of two periods. Matt Keneally, it was a very even first period, but then it's been all Hawks. Tipped out in front, but blocked by a Sentinel. Defensive pair is getting back on it. That's the fourth defensive pair. Ricard and Flanagan out there. Here comes Flanagan, actually. Excuse me, that is Millens. Hit out of the offensive zone. Looks like Coach Kramer mixing and matching with his lines here, as right now for the defensive pairs are...
Oh, that's yeah, King's going to the box here for a knee. Or a trip. A trip is what they're calling it, but he stuck that knee out. Dangerous play by King there.
And what a surprise. Again, a Sentinel in the box.
Something tells me that these two teams don't like each other, Cam.
I don't think it's that. I think it's just very sloppy play by the Sentinels.
I think both teams are anxious to get going here this season. First game of the year. They're anxious to get their fans involved. Obviously, a great student section over there.
Smithfield always draws a crowd, and they have one crowd tonight. This is the first time that the Sentinels have laced up the skates and faced the Hawks. Excuse me, that was a Hawk on the trip.
Yeah. Ryan King.
Thank you, Remy. Ryan King on the trip. So the Hawks back on the power play. Excuse me, not on the power play, penalty kill. And thrown up ice, giving time for the Hawks. And they're going to get a change. Working with it now. So Sentinel in the corner, almost close to a minute on the power play left. Just under 10 minutes here in the second period. One-timer is blocked off. Great defensive play there. That's Sam Mellons, and he's coming off the ice. Well, trying to make his way to the bench.
Oh, he's hurting. He may have blocked that shot as Mitchell's on the ice for him.
Mellons is hurting. And a shot, that's a score!
That's number 10, their captain, Cam. You have their roster. That's number 10. I know it's their captain.
That was a screen there, but unfortunate screen there for the Hawks. That is number 10, Michael Massera.
Keneally would have liked that back. That was a a puck that he could have stopped. That got him clean on the blocker side. He was standing, and big shot by number 10 there, and big shot, and just snuck past Keneally, and just like that, it's a 2-1 game.
Got past Keneally on the stick side, and it's a 2-1 game. Michael Massera, the senior captain, gets the Sentinels' first goal of the season. And momentum swinging their way. No tripping call. Riley Miller working with it and unable to get it there.
Now that should have been a tripping call there.
Slap shot thrown on net just high of the crossbar.
Just high, Cam. That shot had a lot of eyes on it. And that puck had eyes.
Momentum definitely in the favor of the Sentinels as that puck is thrown in. It's going to be an icing. Mitchell closest to it, couldn't get to it though.
Just over 8 minutes remaining here in the second period. Hawks up 2-1. Last goal coming from Smithfield on a power play. A shot that McKinley would have liked back, but Smithfield's starting to find their legs here, I think, and they're starting to straighten up a little bit, clean up a little bit. Hawks need to respond here by a few good shifts here.
How about halfway through the second period here as we have 8 minutes remaining on the clock. 1-2 game. Hawks lead over the Sentinels. Keeps it in the offensive zone are the Sentinels. Here come the Hawks with an odd man rush, but getting back quickly. Thrown out in front, no one there though.
3-on-2 here for the Sentinels.
Here come the Sentinels.
Good
Great defensive
by
play.
And
And now an odd man rush for the Hawks. Thrown in, great move by King. King working with it, trips, and he throws it in. Millen's back on the ice. It's good to see him back on the ice after he blocked a shot that went right off his leg. He's a hockey player for a reason, Rem.
Yes, he is, Cam.
Tough kid.
Second line right wing right now for the Hawks, playing with King and Waterman. Good to see him back on the ice, and sloppy change by the Hawks here as the Smithfield Sentinel was behind, and Dolan and Dumont were rushing back onto the ice. I don't think the Smithfield defenseman saw it, but he had a guy wide open towards the blue line for a
now
break.
Lee, the senior captain, working with it. He gets stuck and he gets it into the offensive zone eventually, but Dolan keeps it from going into the Hawks defensive zone. Dumont throws it in. Edwards with it now, mixing and matching the lines. As Dolan, Lee on the ice along with Audette, excuse me. Looks like a broken stick here.
Audette's going straight to the front of the net, screening Carlton.
Audette trying to screen Carlton. Thank you, Remy. Still a loose stick on the ice. Kept in by Dumont. Excuse me, that was Dolan who kept it in, who has an assist tonight. Dumont tries keeping it in, unable to. Here come the Sentinels. Great defensive play by...
Very good play by Edwards there.
Great opportunity here. Save by Keneally.
Keneally made it look easy there.
Now here come the Hawks, thrown in here. And a close chip on the board. Sentinels had a man open.
Yeah, Smithfield missed him again. They've had guys wide open, Cam. Sloppy change by the Hawks, and they're not getting burned by it. I'm sure the coaching staff is seeing it, and they're going to address it in the second intermission as Mitchell brings it up.
Mitchell shot, thrown in net. Carlton swipes it away, and Miller takes a tumble. Here come the Sentinels. Odd man rush, shot thrown on net, blocked off by Keneally, still fighting for it in the corner. Bodies flying everywhere. The goal comes dislodged.
Now,
the goal comes off, and it's going to be a face-off.
The puck may have found its way into the net as we see the Smithfield players raising their hands up, but looks like the goal was off its pegs before that happened as we see a Smithfield player coming on back into his zone to grab his loose stick.
Shot thrown on net goes wide of Keneally. Again, blocked off. King got a stick on it. And Pat Flanagan, the senior, works with it now. And getting it out of the offensive zone is the Sentinels. is the Hawks, excuse me. Great defensive play. Still in the Hawks, a defensive zone. But getting it out now are the Hawks. And an odd man rush. Here comes Waterman. He's got one tonight. Can't make it two as Dolan was closing in. Dolan's second shot goes blocked off by Carlton. Waterman.
That was a very good shot by Waterman there on that sort of 2-on-1. Because we got a penalty coming up. Looks to be on Waterman. They're calling interference.
As Carlton tried to get off the ice to give the Sentinels another man on. But Sentinels can tie the game up here as they're coming on the power play.
Got Waterman to the box for interference. Just over 4 minutes remaining in the second period here. 2-1 Hawks. Yeah, Hawks had 5 players out there.
You're right there. Ryan King comes off the ice. But the Hawks back on the power play. 4:32 remaining in this second period. Hawks will have to kill this penalty. Stick out in front of Keneally, but now trickles to the corner. They're doing a great job, are the Sentinels, of keeping it away. Edwards gets it to his man, and
Kramer.
And that's Pat Kramer.
Oh, that's Leet. That's Leet. I'm sorry.
Alex Leet, he accelerates, and he's going to have an odd man opportunity.
Good start and stop move there by Leet. He had a step on the Smithfield defender. Is this the Hawks power play, Cam? Is this the Hawks power play?
And wasting a lot of time on the power play are the Hawks. That stick goes off Macera. Applying chase now is that's Eric Edwards. And Hawks going to get back on D. A mix of first-line guys. Kramer throws it out in front. Eric Edwards was the opportunity. Goes high.
Good stick by the Smithfield defenseman there. Coming back. Barely got it.
Edwards comes off the ice now. Keneally taps it and keeps it in his own zone. Off the glass, but did not go out. And Keneally with the stick side save.
Looks like they were going for the blocker side there again, Cam. Keneally made sure to shut it down real quick. Keneally had a great year last year, and
we have a Hawk coming off the ice.
Looks like Dumont's heading back to the locker room. He's hurt.
That's Dumont. Steve
First deep pair. So my first guess would either be Como or Poulin moving up, and you're gonna have to look to the young man, Ricard, to maybe or perhaps play some big minutes moving on. Hawks a big part of this team.
Hawks clear this
Power
one
play
down.
And penalty kill.
Steve Dumont is a very important part of this team.
Keep an eye on him.
He's a senior captain. Senior captain's been on the varsity team since his freshman year, but making a big impact since his sophomore year.
Yeah, Cam. Would be a big loss, but we'll be sure to keep an eye on. Hopefully he can get back out there.
As the puck was thrown on net but blocked off. Still going around now are the Sentinels. That one goes off the boards, and the Hawks are working with it now. Here's Kramer. He's working with it. His shot scores! Top shelf!
What a shot there, Cam. Kramer just ripped that up high. Was that Pat Kramer or his brother Matt?
Matt Kramer, brother of Pat Kramer. He's a senior now, actually, at a prep school for hockey.
Wow, that's all I'm saying, Cam. Wow, found a loose puck right over Carlton's glove. Wow.
Hawks get a shorthanded goal. Pat Kramer, great job there by Kramer, getting it up the ice, and he goes top shelf.
That was a beauty, Cam. 3-1 Hawks. Oh, DT Barron got that. DT from Cranston got that. Wow.
And the Hawks will now get their man back on the ice. The short-handed goal. And Rem, you said it before, it looked like the Hawks were on the power play, as they were just dominating that entire penalty kill.
Yeah, Cam, it definitely looks like
goes off the boards.
Goal there.
Goes off the boards and put in back into Smithfield territory. Macera throws this one in. That's going to go around behind Keneally. And falling to the ice was,
Audette.
Clayton Audette. As Edwards comes off for the Hawks, and we have a penalty.
Offsides. Just offsides.
Offsides. Thank you, Rem. Minute 54 remaining in the second period. Hawks with a 3-1 lead over the Sentinels. Carleton has looked outstanding, but the Hawks have looked even better. And it's coming from their young guys, too. Ryan King, the sophomore, with a goal. Brandon Waterman, the junior, the sophomore, with a goal. And Pat Kramer, you just saw there, goes top shelf. Como slap shot is blocked off. His second shot is blocked off again, and a Sentinel struggling to get up.
He's hurt.
He laid out his entire body to get that shot off. And it looks like it's his left leg.
Yeah, definitely looks like that. Showing a little Gregory Campbell in him there by staying out there on the ice.
Hockey for a reason, Rem.
That's right, Cam. Hockey players got heart and grit.
Mitchell throws it into Miller. Miller working with it now. Miller, stuck in the corner, gets it over to Kramer, the goal scorer tonight.
Good zone time here for the Hawks.
He gets over to Mitchell. A little bump by the referee.
Turnover.
And a great turnover by the Hawks. Mitchell's shot blocked off by Carleton and up into the netting.
That puck changed direction at the last minute. Good stick there by the Smithfield defender. However, Carleton still did get a piece of that shot.
And we said it before, the Sentinel now is hurt. He could barely skate off the ice. Unfortunate for him.
And Cam,
he's going to skate to the locker room.
Yeah. And I believe Dumont is still down in the locker room, too, at the quiet room.
Weird defensive play here. You have the sophomore Dolan along with the freshman Matt Ricard.
Yep, like I said, Cam, he's going to have to play some big minutes. Smart move by Coach Kramer, playing him with arguably the best defenseman they have since Dumont is out. But two young defensemen back there, too, sophomore and freshman, too. So
and we said this was a young sophomore team with great talent.
Definitely.
But this was a deep senior team that will lead the Hawks.
Yeah.
And up the boards.
That puck just got out of play.
And that puck went out of play. We got 32 seconds remaining in this third period. Hawks 3-1 advantage. Goal scorers tonight, Waterman went pad side. Kramer went top shelf, and the tip-in by Ryan King off the great feed by Dolan.
Yeah. Kramer, I'm still speechless about that Kramer goal. You can just hear the post ding. That's a gorgeous shot.
Thrown in by Millens, deflected off by Carlson. King, the goal scorer, gets a stick on it. That one thrown in, great defensive play by the Hawks.
Dwindling down here, last 10 seconds so far,
and could be odd man rush
Hawks
here
really
as it's cleared out of
the second half of this second period. They've really dominated. Heading into the locker room with the 3-1 lead.
As the last 3 seconds tick
find
away.
Themselves in a good position. Just anxious to find out about the status of their star captain defenseman, Steve Dumont.
That's going to be the biggest question for me and you, Rem. How is Dumont? What's his status? Can he return for this game? I would imagine he won't return because he is one of the key guys.
Yeah. Especially if this game can get out of hand, maybe make it 5-1. Maybe they'll rest their starters, like you said, game tomorrow night against LaSalle. That will also be broadcasted on the network, so we'll see if they try to rest their guys if this game gets blown out of proportion here, but we'll see what happens.
But a little bit of a summary here. Waterman found the back of the net, then Ryan King on the tip-in, and then Michael Massera for the Sentinels gets them on the board, and then Pat Kramer does the rest. It goes top shelf. You're still speechless, Rem.
I still am. Amazing shot.
I mean, that was an absolutely amazing goal. He goes top shelf, off the crossbar. Can't teach that, Rem.
No, you can't. Hockey's in the Kramer's blood.
Stone. And now we're going to bring in Stone Freeman. He's going to give us his... We're going to give Desmond Burnell and Stone Freeman. Why don't we have them tell us their first two periods. What do they think of the first two periods? Hand it over to Stone now.
Well, Stone Freeman here from the network next to Dez, as we call him in the homeroom. It's been an exciting first two periods of the game. Des, how you feeling?
Feeling great, Stone. Feeling great.
Good. They came out, they scored 3 goals, all by younger classmen as well. One from Pat Kramer, one from Brandon Waterman, and one from Ryan King. So they look promising early in what becomes a 3-game weekend as they will play tonight, tomorrow night, and Sunday night. Des, we didn't see you around the rink too much last year. How do you like the atmosphere here in Smithfield?
It's pretty good. I like it so far. Hawks are looking good.
Good. The Hawks look strong so far. We got Dylan Barron with us as well. Rem and Cam doing an excellent job with the play-by-play and color duties, and Mr. Feeney controlling the camera. It doesn't get much better than that. Des, anything else about the game so far?
I think the Hawks are playing great. They have great puck movement. They're getting their plays, offense going. As you can see, 3-1 start. Nothing better than that, I guess.
Sure. Controlling the time of possession as well. They had a few penalty kills they had to do, and they got rid of them with ease, and a few 5-on-3 opportunities in their favor, capitalizing on one of them. So Cam, let me ask you a few questions about your opinions of the game so far. No, keep that on. Cam, how you feel?
I'm feeling really well, Stone. I mean, besides, my only concern is for Steve Dumont. I mean, overall, it's a great game, but I'd hate to see Steve lose his senior season with a wrist injury.
Very true, Cam. Sad to see if he's not going to come back in, especially Steve, who I believe is the only player with a Rhode Island Interscholastic League hockey championship under his belt, as he was on the team as a freshman when they won. And he was the only freshman that dressed for that series of games when they played Mount St. Charles at Providence College. So Cam, what exactly, take us through what happened with Dumont again.
Well, we're not really sure. I mean, it seems like he was just playing out a check, and then his wrist, it seems, he was holding his left side when he went off the ice. No gloves, no nothing. But, I mean, I just don't want to see Dumont lose his season, but, I mean, especially wrist injuries and especially with hockey, that could be very, very bad.
That's right, Cam. So now I'm going to go back to Des. Des, you're a sophomore as well. What have you liked out of the sophomore class, including 2 goals from them, one from Ryan King and one from Pat Kramer?
I think they're doing good, showing the sophomore class what's up, and nice 2 goals by Ryan King and Pat Kramer.
Awesome. Dylan Barron, how are you?
I'm doing good, Stone, and I'm here with the network doing some on Instagrams and social media, and I'm actually talking to Mr. Feeney now because we have Mr. Feeney on the mic.
Yeah, Mr. Feeney here, the Dean of Students at Bishop Hendricken and Director of the Sports Network. I'm here, the legendary D.T. Barron and I going to talk about what's going on at the network the next coming week maybe. But we do have a full crew here. We got D.T. Barron, we've got Stone and, Cam and Rem have been doing most of the play-by-play and analysis. We've got Stone and Des. Stone's been handling social media. Desmond's been taking some diligent notes for us. Gave us some of his analysis.
Mr. Feeney / DT on camera, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I've done some camera. DT's done some camera, and we've both done some photography down at ice level. So it's we're getting a full night's work in here. But DT, tomorrow's a big day for the Hawks. Do you know why?
I do know why. It's
Tell me. Tell
because
us.
it's a Division I Super Bowl. We have Hendricken versus LaSalle, the rivalry game, I guess you could say. And what they need to do here is just protect the legacy, like we've been told over and over again all season. So hopefully Hendrick can come out with the win. Unfortunately, we can't do the pregame show like we did last year outside the parking lot because of the weather, of weather reasons, but the game will still be on. It looks like no cancellations have been made yet, but hopefully the Hawks can pull out with the win.
Well, yeah, that's all very true, DT, but tomorrow's even bigger for another reason. Not only do you have the Super Bowl between the Hawks and LaSalle,
Then we have hockey.
the hockey between Hawks and LaSalle.
Yes.
So it's going to be a big
Big day, I guess
what do
you
you
could
call
say.
it? Big day for braggers' rights.
Yes.
In the rivalry. So we will have the hockey game live on the network tomorrow night at 8 o'clock from Thayer.
Right
I believe we'll have Cam and Stone manning the mic, doing the primary work tomorrow night, but I'm sure we'll have another full crew. And then we have our normal stuff during the week. Our normal programming, we got the Stone and D show Monday in the afternoon.
Stone and D show, don't forget to tune in. That is, if you're new to the network, that's going to be me, Stone Freeman, Cam Brennan, and I all talking about any kind of sports, all pro sports, and maybe even some Hendricken Super Bowl highlights.
Yeah, because if we get the guys, if some of our staff or our crew, assuming they're at the game, if they do some Instagram work and some captures, we can throw those right up on our monitor in the studio.
Yes.
So we can do that. That could be big. That's a good call there, DT.
Yeah.
Then we have and don't forget, you can always tweet in during the shows or call in at 401-649-6932. You can even do that tonight.
All right. You can also tweet us at BH Sports Network.
Right. You can tweet us. You can tweet the Stone Freeman's manning the social media activity here tonight, so you can tweet in with comments about the game at BH Sports Network, or you can even text to him at once again 401-649-6932. Then we have Tuesday, we got the Maxing Out with Bobby B show. Wednesdays is an off day for the network. And Thursday,
Fourth and Inches with Cam, our very own Cam Brennan, Remy Morris, and we also have a new addition to the show, Chris Mata.
Yeah, he's been doing a bang-up job.
Yep.
And then next Friday and Saturday, actually, matter of fact, another little something I should bring up. We have these. I can't really, because of our positioning here, I can't really move the camera too well. But we are selling at all of the games that we broadcast. We have what we're calling winter sports programming packets, which consists of a booklet with the entire broadcast schedule for the winter season, which is pretty extensive. A bumper sticker, a Sports Network bumper sticker, and you have the complete rosters for whatever that game happens to be. All for the low price of $3, and all of the proceeds go to the Sports Network and to our efforts to continuing to bring you these great Hawks sports moments. Let's see.
Yes.
So I think next, Cam, just checking in with you. Next Friday we don't have a hockey game, but next Saturday we do. Correct. Okay. So once again, we got a big day tomorrow. We're running. You can see, you're looking at the clock there. We're down to our last 30 seconds or so here before the third period. So tomorrow's a big day. Hawks against LaSalle in the Super Bowl. Hawks against LaSalle in hockey. Then we got Monday, Stone and D. Tuesday, Maxing Out with Bobby B. Thursday, Fourth and Inches, and then Saturday we're back on the ice. Any last comments?
All I can say is this game, the rest of this game, the football game and the hockey game, I hope we can all pull out the win. But by the looks of it right now, 1-3. So I'm sure we'll be able to definitely get a win here in Smithfield tonight.
All right, DT, let's hand it back over to Cam and Remy Morris.
Maybe a couple minutes, as neither the Sentinels or Hawks are back on the ice yet. But Rem, why don't we give our second period analysis so far? It seems the only thing that's killing the Sentinels is they have 5 men playing, but half the time one of those guys is in the box next to the bench.
Yeah, Cam, obviously Smithfield's taking an abundance of penalties, and the Hawks have 2, maybe 3 or 4. I think Smithfield's taking around 7 or so. Hawks have been able to convert on, I believe, 1 of them, but they've been pretty good too. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens here in third. Obviously, to see if it'll be weird if Dumont will come back on the ice. If we do, like I said, I think Ricard's got to step up a little bit, along with Flanagan too. Flanagan's a senior. As the Hawks are making their way back out on the ice here.
Third period, this is where it counts.
I don't see Dumont.
Yep, you're correct there. Dumont not on the ice. For Steve Dumont's sake, we hope he is okay. Great kid on and off the ice, and a great hockey player as well. Being fortunate to see him lose his hockey season.
Oh yeah, definitely in the first game too. But we're not thinking that way, Cam. We're not being a pessimist here.
But we have 15 minutes.
What?
No, come down here. Hey, what happened? Here's breakfast. What did he say?
Well,
Cam Justin, from a unspecified source, Steve Dumont is being taken to the hospital right now. The first report is a broken collarbone right now. Unfortunate to see. It'll be interesting to see how long he's out for. Certainly a state of shock here.
And that's
obviously a great defenseman. Like you said, Cam, great kid on and off the ice. Certainly, we wish our thoughts and prayers out to him for speedy recovery. I'm not sure how long this lasts for.
It's a very long hockey season, though. Championship is played in the middle of March. That's a lot of time. Hopefully Dumont can be ready by then and maybe get another state championship under his belt. But it looks like both of the second lines are coming onto the ice now. It's the Hawks, no power play here.
That's Homo and pulling out here for the ice.
Thank you, Rem. Just about to say that, and that's an icing already on the Sentinels. Only 7 seconds in. But if that is a broken collarbone, that is a tough loss for the Hawks.
Certainly is, Cam. It's the first initial report, though. I mean, doctors have a pretty good sense on this, but we'll see what happens. You know, certainly we wish our thoughts and prayers out to him. My mom is actually waiting in the parking lot for me, and she said that she does see an ambulance and a rescue out there. So the expectation is that is Dumont heading in there, and best wishes to him.
Great stick mover there. Chip in is blocked off. Waterman couldn't get it. Shot blocked then again by the Sentinels. And the defensive pairs for the Sentinels have been excellent.
Word on Dumont, he broke his collarbone.
Okay. Chipped in, and the Hawks will have a line change here. Kramer with it now. He's got one tonight. Make it two!
Blocker side, Cam. Blocker side.
Pat Kramer gets his second goal of the night, and the Hawks have a 4-1 lead.
Snuck into the slot here, and now Kramer's got a deadly shot. Deadly shot. Hawks are in complete control of this one. Make it 4-1. As we got Dolan and Ricard. Ricardo? Is it Ricard or Ricardo?
Ricard.
Ricard.
Matt Ricard.
On
He's
the
going to
ice.
have a big.
With
Seems
Dolan,
like he's going to have a big impact tonight. As excuse me, that was number 3. Bryce Dolan actually found himself on the ice. Riley Miller alongside Kramer. His shot goes high. Now Brandon Mitchell with it. Mitchell into the corner. Miller has it. He goes glove side.
He isn't.
That gets blocked off.
Carlton did not know where that puck was. I still don't know where it was, Cam.
It looked like
not in the net.
Lucky for Carlton, it did not find the back of the net. Same lines here as Miller with it now. Excuse me, that's Mitchell. Dolan throws it in. Still there, Miller working with it now. Miller loses it. Slap shot by Ricard. That goes wide. Mitchell comes up with it. Mitchell in the corner. Leaves it for Miller. Miller now working with it. Stops, pivots, and in turnover here, Ricard's going to make up some ice. And the Sentinels are going to get a change. Ricard working with it.
Ricard's a very good skater, as we can clearly see here tonight. He's a very good skater.
Riley Miller puts on the brakes. He leaves it for Como. Como tries getting a shot off that goes all the way around the boards. Pat Flanagan gets by him. Como's going to beat him. One-on-one. Keneally with the save. Pops up and slapped away by Como.
He was going 5-hole there, Cam. Keneally shut it down quick. And pretty good defense there by Como.
Carlton's going to get on that, and that's going to be a face-off. .12:31 remaining in this third period. 4-1 the score here.
Pat Kramer 2 goals so far, +2 on the ice, and having a pretty good game, pretty good start to his sophomore season thus far.
He had a great freshman season where he was on the first line last year as well.
With
only returning member from this first line.
Obviously, Andrew Farrell graduated, and then Jamie Armstrong is in prep as Smithfield has something coming up the ice.
Goes off the side of the net as Keneally
Flanagan got beat there. As the Smithfield forward had a step on him, and Flanagan sends it right down.
And Flanagan puts his man on the ice, and Flanagan comes up with it, and he's going to ship it off on the boards.
New line coming out here for the Hawks. Looks like number 7, Brandon Waterman.
That's Waterman.
No, that's Millens. That's Millens.
Going high is Massera, but can't get it home. Dolan with it now. He's coming up with speed and trips here, and now Leet's going to get called for the trip.
That shouldn't be on Lee. I mean, I thought that was incidental contact. Lee tripped on his own feet, and I think he fell down.
He did fall down initially, but when he got up, it resulted in a sentinel tripping.
Leet's a big penalty killer, too, for the Hawks. So King, Milnes, Ricard, and Dolan out here for the penalty kill unit.
A lot of young
Hawks.
guys, no juniors and no seniors on this penalty kill here. Goes off the post. Millens working with it. Gets it to King. He's got a burst of speed. King has 1 goal tonight. Gets his man into the corner. King's still working with it. Again, the call is tripping on Alex Leet. 1:30 still on the power play. And the Sentinels will come up with it.
Kim, as I was saying earlier, Ricardo's a very good skater, and he's making tape-to-tape passes. Certainly playing well. You can see why he made varsity as a freshman, which is not an easy thing to do.
Coming up the ice now, that's Millens. Millens working with it, loses the puck, but great way to cut some clock. As
Good read there by Poulin.
As Poulin cuts in front of a pass.
Great read.
Sentinels working with it. Massera tries getting in the offensive zone, and Poulin's going to send it all the way down.
50 seconds remaining in the Smithfield power play. Alex Leet to the box for tripping. So you got Poulin, Como, Miller, and Kramer out there.
Kramer, Miller, Como, and Poulin on the penalty kill. 30 seconds left. Poulin pivots and turns, fighting for it in the corner. Great way to kill some time. Poulin tries getting it out, and he does, but stopped by Sentinel. Shot thrown on net goes wide. Getting it back in on the Sentinels. Working with it now. Poulin. Great opportunity here. Shot goes off a Hawk that went off Riley Miller. 10 seconds remaining on the power play before they get Leet back. That's Poulin. He's going to send it all the way down to Miller. Miller can't handle it. One-timer goes wide.
Keneally did not see that.
It shot in front, blocked off. Scary moments there for the Hawks as Keneally didn't know where the puck was, but it was behind his net. They threw it out in front, but 3 Hawks were able to stop the shot. Great stick moving here by the Sentinels, so they work with it. Miller battling for it in the corner. Como comes up with it and tipped forward by Kramer, and that's going to be an icing.
Now, Cam, I'm trying to think. There was one athlete. I don't think it was hockey, but he broke his collarbone. Aaron Rodgers. I think it was a Monday Night Football game.
It was
against the Bears.
Correct.
And he got sacked
at Soldier Field.
He was out for a while, and I think Nick Foles broke his collarbone too.
He has not returned from his injury.
I think he's done for the year. So the fear is a broken collarbone. Hopefully that's the worst.
And remember,
maybe it's just slightly out of movement. I'm not a doctor, folks. I don't know. But
that's just the initial diagnosis.
Exactly.
Remember.
Exactly.
Could be less, could be worse even.
Yeah.
But Edwards' shot was stopped by Carlson.
Good news is he was able to get off the ice on his own power. It is very unfortunate that the ambulance had to come to get him. But yeah, like we said, we wish all the best to him as the Hawks are up 4-1. Just under 9 minutes remaining in the third period.
One-timer by Flanagan is blocked off. Flanagan comes up with it and throws it back in. Audette working with it. He gets pinned against the boards. One-timer. Edwards came up with it, but couldn't get it in.
That's it.
Carlton out of his own goalie, and that's a goal here. Looks like it was a goal. See what the call is. The official was pointing towards the net, and the Hawks are bumping fists.
If he's pointing towards the net, that's a goal. That's a goal.
Hawks are bumping
players are
fists
arguing.
as they scored. The scoreboard reads 5.
I'm not sure I got a piece of it. Edwards was around the net. That whole third line was around the net. It'll be interesting to see who got the final piece.
Audette and Edwards were the closest to it as defensive pair, with Como and Poulin were on the ice.
Maybe it was Clayton Audette's first high school career goal. So we'll see what happens here.
As we remember, I think it was Edwards who got the final tip on it.
Perhaps so, yeah.
He had a great shot opportunity.
It's either Edwards or Audette, without a question. But that third line has looked very good tonight, centered by Alex Lee. Audette, the freshman, and Edwards, the senior, on the wings. So, and you combine this with the stellar defense and the goaltending that
so the Hawks
Keneally has offered tonight. You're gonna have some pretty good games and pretty good wins.
And you were right there. It is Clayton Audette.
It is Audette.
That is Clayton Audette. He gets on the board tonight, the freshman with his first high school career goal.
That's 5-1 now.
Hawk tricks onto the ice.
Hawks just got to hold this thing out for 8 more minutes and
Audette. Clayton Audette. 14. Hawks get a change here. 7:43 remaining. Hawks still working with it in physical play here in the corner. Sentinel comes up with it, and it's a race. 4-on-2, Hawks advantage. Great stick movement here, and that's knocked away by Keneally. And it looks like Ricard has replaced Dumont as the second skater on the second D pair. Shot thrown on net, blocked off. No, that was Brandon Waterman who has scored tonight, trying to get his second goal. Shot thrown on net, blocked off. Great one-timer there by the defenseman Dolan. Dolan will have another opportunity. He throws a shot on net, gets behind Carlton, excuse me. Dolan's gonna have another opportunity.
Hawks are still dominating here. Smithfield's showing no life. They're down 4 with 6 minutes remaining. I mean, plenty of time still, but I mean, just no life from the Sentinels.
Before Audette chipped it in, the chant from the Smithfield crowd was, "I believe we could win."
Yeah.
So this Smithfield crowd is still rowdy and still pumped up, but I think Audette just shut the crowd down. Change here by both teams. Dolan gets it over Ricard. Ricard, great puck movement here by the Hawks as King Miller's going to have this one now, and Mitchell looking for his stick as it fell. Under 6 here. Miller in the corner. Great move by Miller. Shot thrown out. That is by Miller, excuse me. Still loose puck, and Carlton gets on top of it.
Smithfield has no life, Cam. They have no life. Showing no energy. The players quit. Hawks are just dominating them this third period. They've dominated this whole third period. Cam, we've had little to no action over here near us.
Shot thrown in by Como goes off the boards. Working with it now are the Hawks still. Como keeps it in. One-timer, Kramer had an opportunity to get a hat trick.
Defense just isn't there for Smithfield right now.
Poulin throws out a shot, goes off the post.
Kramer was all alone right in front.
Hawks, everyone's getting their shot opportunities tonight. Mitchell, Carlton with it now.
Yeah, there's a penalty coming up.
And we're going to have a penalty here, and it's going to be against the Sentinels, it looks like.
Oh, I'm not
Excuse me,
sure.
it's against the Hawks.
I'm not sure. We've seen that call before. I'm not sure what that is.
And going to the bench is, not the bench, the penalty box is Riley Miller. Junior.
Second penalty of the night on opening night for Miller.
Double-digit penalties for Miller tonight, both minors. Kramer also has been in the penalty box twice, but he has scored twice as well. Gets by his Massera. Edwards is going to have a one-on opportunity with Carlton. He scores! Goes off the stick side of Carlton.
That was glove cam.
Goes off the glove side of Carlton. He is very upset with himself.
I think he's more upset at his defense. Edwards just used his speed to get in. And gorgeous shot there.
Carlton got a piece of it, but wasn't enough to stop it. Eric Edwards gets his first goal of the season. And a dominance here in the first game of the season by the Hawks with exactly 5 minutes remaining. They've had 2 short-handed goals tonight.
Yeah, one by Kramer, one by Edwards. Penalty kill is not an issue for them. 6-1 as we click under 5 minutes to play here.
Here's Leet working with the puck. Leet still tied up, and now he comes undone with the Sentinel. And remember, the Sentinel's still on the power play for 1:20. Leet gets tripped up there, and that one's thrown all the way down. And a change by the Hawks, and sloppy play here by both teams. And we're going to have a penalty here. And it's going to be against a Sentinel. Looks like that's roughing. Sam Millens took a hard hit to the ice. So we're going to have 4-on-4 for 1:04.
Yeah, he's been banged up. Just got hit there again. And yeah, he had that block shot. So 4:15 to play. Hawks are on the power play here. 6-1 Hawks, as the Hawks have dominated this game so far. Quiet night for Keneally as he's keeping loose over here at this end of the rink.
And we say he's had a tough night because a Smithfield player looks like he's going to the locker room now. Not sure if he was ejected or if he's just injured right now.
Yeah. I think both is a possibility. Hard-fought game. I mean, I don't think the score really indicates how close of a game this was. I mean, Hawks just blew it open in the third period. I think it was 3-1 going into the third.
Correct.
Smithfield had a very good chance. I mean, they had a great shot. Like, I remember after their goal, 21 on Smithfield came inches. It was that puck that had eyes that went right over the crossbar on the other end of the ice.
Yeah.
But Smithfield certainly played well, as the Hawks got a 3-on-1 here. But Smithfield's played well.
Third period summary, Audette, as Como goes off the pad of Carlton. Third period summary, Pat Kramer etched his second goal in tonight. Clayton Audette gets his first goal of his young Hawk career, and the senior Eric Edwards had an on-band rush, and he puts it behind Carlton. 4-on-4 for 26 seconds as now Tim Poulin throws on a shot, gets deflected. Hawks will have about just under a minute where they're having odd man rush as Como keeps it in, and Poulin will come off the ice. Ricard and Dolan, the defensive pairs. Dolan's shot is blocked. Ricard getting over to it, and and the Hawks have the power play for 50 seconds. All the way down to Keneally, he stops it with the glove. Ricard with it, he dumps it off for Dolan. Dolan working with the great stick movement here. Dolan, great move, leaves it for Ricard. His shot goes wide. Went wide, glove side of Carlton.
He's going to be a star on varsity for a while, Cam. He is. We're gone next year, but he's not.
Great shot there by...
He's here to stay.
Great shot by Riley Miller. His Dolan's shot finds Carlton's pads.
Hawks are not giving up here. They're not giving up. They're controlling the pace right now. It's been a great game, Cam. Great way to kick off the season. Hawks have a very dominating victory. But credit to Smithfield, too. Smithfield did play well. Just third period just didn't go their way. Smithfield did play well. Great fan base, great turnout for them. Good game. Very good game.
Just under 2 minutes here as that one goes high off the boards. Great stick movement here by the Hawks as the shot goes wide. And Rem, as Sentinel comes back onto the ice, will have even hockey for the final 2 minutes. Rem, you said it before, we're going to be back tomorrow at Thayer Arena, Warwick, Rhode Island. Greatest rivalry in Rhode Island, some say. Hawks and Rams.
Yeah, Cam. Whether it's on the gridiron or on the ice or on the court, baseball field, you name it, the rivalry's there. Hendricken has had the better end of playoffs, I'll say that. LaSalle has beat us in the regular season, and but you know the Hawks have had their numbers in the playoffs as the Sentinels ice it here. But yeah, should be a very good game tomorrow. Hawks, Rams in the Super Bowl, and then Hawks, Rams at ice that you and Stone will be covering at Thayer. 8 o'clock, I believe, is puck drop, so should be a very good game. I'm sad I cannot attend that game, but
Flanagan's going to get it in around the boards. But a summary tonight. Pat, scoring started with Brandon Waterman. Ryan came in at a tip-in. Then they opened it up. Pat Kramer went top shelf. Then Pat Kramer found the back of the net again. Then Clayton Audette. And then Eric Edwards. Hawks have had 2 shorthanded goals and 1 goal on the power play. Yeah. So 3 5-on-5 hockey goals.
Great all-around team effort. Really, great all-around team effort for the Hawks tonight. They played really well. They deserve the victory here tonight. They just got to keep it going. Big game against LaSalle tomorrow. Obviously, one of the 2 best teams in the state. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, and we'll see what happens.
But it'll be interesting to see what Coach Kramer is going to do with his first line defensive pair tomorrow. He's not going to have any time to think.
Expect to see someone called up from JV. That's my guess.
Not going to have a lot of time to think about it, but Dumont will not play tomorrow as the prognosis is a broken collarbone as that one goes high over Keneally. Here comes Mitchell now. Mitchell working with it, gets tied up, still puts a shot on net and falls to the ice. Thrown out in front, no one there. 33 seconds remaining. The Hawks are going to try to kill the time, but the Sentinels recover it. And Poulin now with it. Great passing there by the Hawks. So we have 15 ticks left on the clock. Ricard back to Poulin. That one's going to go all the way down for an icing. Stops the clock with 10 seconds left for him, but 6-1 win for the Hawks.
Yeah, Ben, it's been a great night, Cam. Great way to kick off the season, as we stated. There was a good turnout for fans tonight. Great all-around effort from the network, too. Stone Freeman on notes, DT, Dez. I mean, whole team effort here tonight. We always thank Mr. Feeney for all he does for the network, too. And as we're winding down here, certainly great way to get the season on a roll here for the Hawks. As the Hawks beat the Sentinels 6-1 and improved to 1-0 in the season. Hawks are back in action tomorrow night at Thayer Arena against the LaSalle Rams at 8 o'clock.
Quick summary before we let you go here. Brandon Waterman started the scoring, the sophomore. He's expected to have a great season. Excuse me, losing my train of thought here. Then the Hawks get on the board again. Ryan King with a great tip-in feed by Bryce Dolan. Then the Sentinels get one back. Michael Massera gets the Sentinels on the board, the senior captain. From there, it was all Hawks. Pat Kramer finds the top shelf. Then, excuse me there, Eric Edwards had a goal on a shorthanded game. Shorthanded, Pat Kramer found the back of the net again, and Clayton Audit again, not again, finds his first career Hendricken goal.
Yeah. Great night all around from the Hawks. Certainly a lot to be happy with. Obviously concerned about the injury, but other than that, a lot to be happy with. It was a great all-around effort from the team tonight, and so we'll see what happens. And should be a very good game tomorrow. Good game tonight. Cam, it's always a pleasure to call the game with you, bud.
All right. Well, we'll see you tomorrow. Hendricken LaSalle. Until then, we'll see you later.